So Pokemon Destined Rivals is out and in full swing, and I've managed to open up roughly around 3 booster boxes worth of packs so far. I want to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on the set, and we're also going to be taking a look at some other information regarding pricing, on sealed product, on cards, on pull rates, and a whole load of bunch of other stuff as well. So everything is about Destined Rivals today. My first initial thoughts of the set is the artwork is incredible. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. The pull rates that I've experienced don't seem too bad. I mean, in 3 boxes we have pulled an SIR. We did pull the Moltres, which is an absolutely gorgeous looking card. And then third, I would say it's still too expensive. I still think, Destined Rivals is just way too expensive, right? And I think, hopefully things will, drop down, maybe similar to Journey Together, but I don't know. I think we're going to look at today the reasons why I don't think that's going to be the case. So let's find out. All right, so let's take a look at the pull rates first of Destined Rivals. Some of you guys may have already seen this, some of you may not. So we're going to go through the pull rates. Scarlet and Violet era has been very consistent in pull rates when it comes to booster boxes, right? When we get these booster box sets, they've been very, very good. I mean, if you go back, probably like Temporal Forces, they've been like near enough the same. I mean, obviously there's a few things, they're a little bit different depending on set sizes, of course. Like Stellar Crown's a little bit easier, Journey Together's a little bit easier. But like Surging Spark's a tough set, Twilight Masquerade, so on and so forth. Prismatic is in a whole different league of its own of how difficult the pull rates are. So let's hopefully look at today and see what the Destined Rivals ones are. Like I say, we've opened up 3 booster boxes. Every single box had 12 hits in them, which isn't too bad. I think that's pretty average. We've had 1 SIR, and we've pulled between 2 to 3 illustration rares per box, and maybe 2 to 3 full arts per box, and then just a bunch of EXs. So let's see if that is pretty accurate of what I've come across, right? Open up this set. So let's take a look at this. So we're looking at this straight off the bat. It says secret rare hit rate 16%, chance of opening up a HR, SIR, illustration rare, or an ultra rare. So not a double rare. So basically everything more than a regular EX, right, is about 16%. Immediately, I'm going to look at the special illustration rares, okay, because that's obviously where the biggest cards are. So we have 1 in 94 packs to get a special illustration rare. So you're looking at about 1 in 3 boxes, so 2 per case. So far, we pulled the Moltres in 3 boxes. Looking pretty good on that one. But to get a specific one, you're looking at 1 in 1,033 packs, which is a hell of a lot. That's very similar to sets like Surging Sparks and so on. Very difficult to get the particular card that you want. We try quite tough to get that Mewtwo or that specific one you really want. For me, the biggest chase card in the set is the Cynthia's Garchomp. I think that card looks absolutely incredible. And then I would say after that's probably the Nidoking. But yeah, so pretty decent. Like 1 in 3 boxes isn't that bad. It's pretty consistent for what they've had of a lot of previous larger sets. The stuff like Stellar Crown and Journey was a lot easier because, again, they were smaller sets. So gold cards, they're pretty tough to get. 1 in 149 packs. So there you're looking at, about 4 to 5 boxes worth of packs. That's quite a lot. And you look at just under 900 for a specific one. I'm not a huge fan of the gold cards. They're okay, but they're not the best. Illustration rares are incredible. The artwork's fantastic in this set. So 1 in every 12 packs, you're going to get on average 3 per box. And I'm pretty sure we've had about 3 in each of the boxes. Between 2 to 3, but I'm pretty sure it's been 3. And then a specific illustration rare is 1 in 278 packs. So there is a decent amount of illustration rares in the set, but not a crazy amount. We've seen other sets like Paradox Rift, Paldea Evolved, which have an insane amount of illustration rares. And then we've got the ultra rares, which are basically the full arts, 1 in every 16 packs, so basically 2 per box. That seems pretty consistent of what we've been getting as well. And I must admit, I like the trainer in the background, right, with these full art Pokemon. I really rate it. I liked it in Journey Together, and I like it in this set. It just adds just a little bit more something a bit special rather than just the Pokemon itself. And then to get a specific one is 1 in 344 packs. That's actually pretty insane. There's a lot of full arts in this set. For me, I like the one with Giovanni and Mewtwo. I think that looks absolutely amazing as full arts, which is really weird because I don't normally like full arts, but that one looks pretty cool. And then just for a regular EX, you're looking at 1 in every 5 packs. So you're looking at a specific one, 1 in 86. So pretty much per box, you're looking at around about 7, which is probably about right. I just felt like we were getting so many EXs, just regular EXs out of the box. It was like boom, EX, EX, EX all the time. So if you're going to open up, let's say an ETB, realistically, you're not going to get that many hits, right? You get 9 packs in an ETB. You'd be lucky if you get an illustration rare or a full art. You might even be lucky if you get 2 EXs. Keep that in mind. With the pull rates, you might just walk away with 1 EX, and that's it. I've opened up an ETB myself, just a regular ETB. I managed to get 1 illustration rare and 2 EXs. I felt that was pretty good. It was the Kangaskhan and then 2 regular EXs. Now, I would actually say that when you would open up an ETB, you're probably going to get slightly better pull rates than just 1 EX. It can happen. I've had it before where I've opened up an ETB and got no hits. So, it's just luck of the draw, right? But consistently on the booster boxes, I would agree that you're looking at about, 7 EXs. You're looking at 3 illustration rares and you look at 2 full arts, which is 12, right? So on average, you're looking at 12. Yeah, that's pretty much what we got. I think we may have got 13 hits. I didn't quite count, but I'm pretty sure we got 12 in every single one, even we did pull the Moltres. So yeah, overall, very consistent, like super consistent to all the other large sets, which is fine. Now we're going to get into the price. So on TCG Player, the price of the booster box has been going down, but it has kind of bounced back a little bit. So we still look at $262 for a booster box, which is crazy expensive. I know it took a while for Journey Together to drop down to where it is now, and still now it's like $200 a box. For me, I still feel like Destined Rivals at $260 is crazy amounts of money. But the volume of these booster boxes is a fair amount. Believe it or not, I'm going to go on a limb here. I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure that the volume of these booster boxes of Destined Rivals is less than the height of Surging Sparks. Surging Sparks was selling literally hundreds per day, all day, every day. Now, bear in mind, it was a lot cheaper, right? Surging Sparks was a hell of a lot cheaper than $262. So bear that in mind. But it's really interesting. So right now, we've been seeing sales very consistent. I mean, of course, if you were someone here that bought the box at $400, then you're feeling pretty bad right now. And the question is, where do I see this going in the future? One thing I've seen, I don't know if it's the case over in the US, but here in the UK, normal booster boxes seem to be quite scarce, whereas half booster boxes seem to be everywhere. Like, there is a ton of half booster boxes. I mean, more than I've seen of any set of the Skull of, like, just any set period. The amount of half booster boxes I've seen for this set is wild. Now, the price difference we'll get to in a moment. But yeah, it's a weird one. So I don't know whether or not they've printed less of the normal booster boxes. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so looking at Destined Rivals over here in the UK, just went to recently sold listings. You guys can get an idea of what's been moving, what's been selling, right? So we have here half booster boxes. You're looking at around about £85 roughly with postage. We're looking at ETBs, 75. Booster boxes, about 205. Just under 200 for a booster box there, 210. Half booster box, that's a pretty decent price, all things considered. There, best offer accepted. You look at just over 90. So if you can see, lots of half booster boxes. That one sold for £52. Wow. Wild. 208. So I would say for a normal booster box, you're probably looking around about 200 to 210. Right? That's pretty much the price point, I would say. Then with the half booster boxes, they are a little bit cheaper. Just a little bit. I would say maybe like 10% cheaper. So you're looking at, a half booster box here, about 95. So, I mean, 95 combined, you're looking at 190 a box. So yeah, you're looking around about 20% cheaper if you buy 2 half booster boxes. If you're going to open it, in all honesty, just go for the half booster boxes. From what I've heard, I haven't opened them up, but what I've heard, the pull rates just seem to be better in the half booster boxes. That, to me, was the case with Journey Together and Surgeon. We opened a lot of half booster boxes for Journey and Surgeon, and the pull rates did seem better. But yeah, pretty interesting. So a lot of half booster boxes. As you can see, not a huge amount of normal booster boxes. Now, there are a lot of booster boxes available on eBay, buy it now, but they're not really shifting. Definitely the half boxes that are shifting. You've got a case here. to what, 1.45? Right, let me bring up my little calculator. So we're looking at what, 1,450 divided by 6, £241 a booster box. Good lord. That one's definitely got to be stay sealed for forever and a day to get your money's worth from that. But yeah, so overall, I would say half booster boxes are definitely more popular, especially here in the UK, and the booster boxes, the regular ones, don't seem to sell very well, especially at the price point. Maybe we might see them fall if people are struggling to shift them, but overall, you're looking at consistently around £200. Would I personally buy it at 200? I already said no. If it was like 180, which is what Surgeon was going for a long time, then probably not too bad. I know you may be like, oh, what's the difference between £20? Well, it does make a difference, right? So yeah, kind of interesting. I do think long term it's going to do good regardless. Now you may be like, is it worth to keep the half booster boxes sealed over the regular ones? Look, I think the regular ones will do better. Normally these tend to be a little bit cheaper. We saw it with Evolving Skies and sets like that. But these are still good pickups, absolutely. We're looking at single card prices today. We are looking on Collector for Destined Rivals. We're going to see what has been going on for the biggest cards. As you can see here, you can see all the prices for all the biggest chase cards in the set. Let's take a look at the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. So £260 for this bad boy. It has fallen 41%. That's a lot. I actually thought this would be more expensive than the Pikachu from Surgeon, but no. And I mean, Pikachu has fallen, but I mean, Pikachu did jump up like to insane amounts. But this has fallen, and I do expect it to continue to fall the more that's being opened. And that's not even counting restocks and reprints in the future. I mean, I'm not a fan of the card, personally. I don't think it's that great, which is a shame because I love Mewtwo. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be, I think, sub £200. I don't know. I have a feeling it's probably going to drop below £200. There's not many cards in the Scarlet Violet era that's held relatively well. A lot of the stuff has fallen heavily. You look at the Magikarp. Greninja has fallen, but nowhere near as much as some of the others. You look at the Pikachu, even the Umbreon from Prismatic. Like, they have fallen a lot. And I do expect this to be 200 to just under £200 a card, probably within the next month. So we'll keep an eye on it, of course. But I think if you have pulled this and you're potentially looking at selling, maybe, if you don't think it's going to get a 10 if you want to grade it, but I think in a graded 10, this would do very well, like in the long haul. And it's, cool collection, cool collection. So Cynthia's Garchomp, which is my chase card of the set, £144, so it has fallen 58%, which is massive. Again, I think this card, you could be looking maybe £100, 100, maybe 120, in that range. I don't expect it to, I mean, it might fall below 100, but I think a lot of these cards will hold quite well just because of the pull rates, just because the set is large, just because it's a little bit more pricey, and so on and so forth. To me, I feel like a lot of these cards will hold, and we saw that with other sets as well. And the thing is, even if Cynthia's Garchomp went down to like £80, £90, that's still like really good for overall for the set in the future. And for me, I like the idea of having lots of cards that are worth good value, like 151, rather than having a set where it's like one or two cards is actually worth money and then everything else is trash. Like I don't like that. I like it to be evenly spread, and I kind of feel like this set will be evenly spread. We've got the Ethan's Ho-Oh up next. This one hasn't dropped anywhere near as much as the others. This one's dropped by 17%, £115, which isn't too bad. Apparently, we do have a PSA 10. I don't know who the hell graded that quickly. That's over £600. That one's going to fall like crazy. So yeah, I think this is a beautiful artwork, by the way. But this one hasn't dropped anywhere near as much. So this one actually might be a good one. You never know. This might overtake the Cynthia's Garchomp in the future. But yeah, I think this is good. When you start to see a big chase card like this, not fall as drastically as some of the others, that's a good sign for long term. So keep an eye out on the Ethan's Ho-Oh. Could be a good one. Up next, we got the Team Rocket's Moltres, which is actually the only SIR we've pulled. £104, dropped 64%, however. This bad boy has fallen like crazy. This is the thing. I love the artwork. I think the artwork's amazing. The Zapdos from 151, beautiful. The Articuno from Joined Together, beautiful. The Moltres from this set, beautiful. Like, home run. Personally, Articuno maybe could have been a special illustration rare, but it's an illustration rare, which makes it a little bit easier to get, which is great. All three of the artworks, chef's kiss. Absolutely amazing. So this has fallen a lot, and I do expect this to fall even more. This will be, well, according to TCG Player, it's already sub 100, but I would say it's going to be under £100 imminently. So keep that in mind if you do have these. But this is a beautiful card. One of my favorite artworks in the set. I think it's just absolutely stunning. Seeing it in the flesh as well. Honestly, the artwork is just so good. But yeah, overall, pretty cool. I do expect it to fall though. I do. I just have a feeling Moltres might fall further down this list as the most expensive card in the set, or one of the most expensive cards in the set. My boy Nidoking. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the set right now. £67, dropped 38%. So, you know, we are seeing this card fall quite heavily. Could be sitting at, you know, maybe £35, £40 special illustration rare, like I would say. I think it's got more room to fall, of course, because it says so new. But sick artwork, though. Just absolutely incredible. I kind of feel like, I don't know, I think they could have done something better with Mewtwo, because Nidoking looks like an absolute beast. But then we'll take a look at the rest of the set. Obviously, there's the top 5 cards. We'll take a look at the rest of the set. You've got good value, and this is the thing when I like to review a set, as it were, is like how many cards reach all the different brackets of pricing, right? Do we have that many? Do we have any cards over $100? Do we have many at 50, 30, like 20, 10, whatever? This set, I know it's so new, but this set right now has a good, nice spread, right? You do have several cards that are currently over 100, which is great, like over £100. So you got 4 cards here already that's over 100, and obviously the Mewtwo is a really high card at 260. But then you also have a bunch of other cards that are around that 50-ish range or less, right? So like having 4 cards over 100, great. Then you got like 50, 2 around that 50 range, and then you got a whole bunch in the 30 to 40 range, which is pretty good. And then even scrolling down, it's quite far until I get something that's £10 or less, which is pretty good, right? So we're looking at Kangaskhan is just under £10. So here we're looking at what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 cards over £10. That's good, and hopefully this set will keep it that way. I do have a feeling, though, this is going to be my thoughts on this. I have a feeling there's going to be some illustration rares in this set that will climb, like regular illustration rares. I think some of the special illustration rares will fall, but I think some of the normal illustration rares might start to climb up. The reason why I say that is because we've seen booms of illustration rares perform incredibly well, okay? Now, if you look back in a set like Paradox Rift, we've seen illustration rares do really well. We've seen, obviously, the Magikarp and Paleo Revolve. A lot of the illustration rares have been pushing up, especially in the early Scarlet and Violet era as well. There's a few illustration rares in this set which I'm looking at going, I think you're going to be more expensive down the line. One of them is the Misty Psyduck, and the only reason why I say that is because if you look at the Starmie from Astral Radiance, that's a prime example. And in all honesty, I actually prefer the artwork to the Psyduck than the Starmie. But that one, you keep an eye on. I think that one might be a pretty good one. Same with the Misty's Lapras. I think that one is another one we should really keep an eye on for the future. And the other one I want to talk about is the Meowth. I actually think the Team Rocket's Meowth, just because of the artwork, I mean, it's a £21 card. I actually think that one will do pretty well in the future. Other than that, I mean, the Team Rocket's Wheezing might be a potential one. I think most of the Team Rocket ones will do pretty well. And the other one is the Ethan's Typhlosion, because I mean, already it's a £33 card. So that one could have good potential as well. This could be really interesting, right? I'm just going to quick look at the Misty Psyduck, right? So Misty Psyduck has dropped 35% already. It is a £43 card. But it bounced back a little bit. It's had a little bit of a couple of pound rebound there. But yeah, in all honesty, I think this one will probably be a good one to look out for. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on Destined Rivals over the next few weeks, obviously next few months, and we'll just see how it goes. So have it, guys. That is the review of Destined Rivals. I've enjoyed the set so far. I have, open it up. Artwork is incredible, I must admit. I'm going to do an updated tier list at some point for the Scarlet and Violet era. I did one not too long ago, so we'll hold off. Maybe we'll wait until Black Ball and White Flare come out, and then I'll update it, because that literally drops like in a month's time. But I will do an updated tier list now Destined Rivals is out, and then when Black Ball and White Flare come out as well, we can combine them all together, and I think it'll be okay. My initial thoughts, though, this is a very good set. I would probably go out on a limb and say this is probably going to be the best booster box set, or one of the best booster box sets in the Scarlet and Violet era. To me, is it better than Surging Sparks? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. I think this is overall better. There's a lot more cards I think people would like from this set than Surging Sparks. Like I said, the artwork's incredible. And there's a good selection, good choice and variety of cards in this set as well. And especially big fan favourites. So to me, I think this is probably going to be the best booster box that we're going to see come out of the Scarlet and Violet era. I wouldn't say it's the best set, but it's definitely the best booster box set. So keep that in mind if you're looking for that long term, of course. But to open up the set, like I say, I've heard half booster box is the way to go. We'll have to wait and see, but the pull rates seem to be pretty consistent. If it's fun in the video and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe for more Pokemon content. And guys, let me know, what is your favourite card from Destined Rivals? What is your chase card? For me, it's the Garchomp, hands down. But there's actually a lot of cards in this set I like. There's a lot. And there's been a lot of Scarlet and Violet era sets where, in all honesty, I couldn't say that for, right? So this is actually really, really good. Which is good, which is fun. And I like that. You know, it makes it more fun for me to collect. And you never know. Like, I've opened up a few packs here and there. Like, I've opened up an ETB. I've opened up a couple of triple blisters. You know, so I've so far pulled 2 illustration rares, which is not too bad. So yeah, you know, it's just one of these things, which I probably will open up. Hopefully more gets printed down the line. But that's it from me, guys, in today's video. Of course, if you watch more Pokemon content, make sure to click the video on the screen. And of course, make sure to hit that subscribe button. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.